So Have your attention, please. First, to the families and to students and staff, we want to apologize for the delay this morning, and we want to thank you for your patience. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the class of 2017.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you to the Glen Allen 2016 Senior Convocation. Right now you're listening to the processional percussion of the Nobles by Rimsky, directed by Mr. Alan Hall, the band director here at Glen Allen High School. We will begin the program with opening remarks by our principal, Dr. Gwen Miller. The guest speaker is Congressman Dave Brat, 7th Congressional District here in Virginia that represents Glen Allen High School.
Please remain standing. Seniors, you look fabulous. Today is the day. Go ahead. Today is the day when our entire learning community gathers to honor you. You have worked hard for 12 years to obtain senior status, and at the end of this school year, your 13th year of education, you will wear these gowns again and march at your graduation ceremony. We want every single one of you to be in your gowns at your graduation, and we want all underclassmen to follow in your footsteps. During your last year at Glen Allen High School, strive to get your best grades ever, make your plans for the future, and always remember that you are the leaders of this school. Enjoy every minute of your senior year. At this time, I would like to introduce the SCA President, Henry Watch.
Good morning. At this time, please remain standing while we recite the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the singing of our national anthem, performed by our very young Glen Allen Rosettes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous skies, for the rivers we will wash, where so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare above bursting in air, gave fruit on night, and the flag was still there. Oh, saved us that star-spangled banner yet wave. For the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
You may be seated. This morning, we have gathered here to recognize my class, the class of 2017 in this year's Senior Convocation. The Senior Convocation is our first assembly of the year, and it is meant to prepare us for a busy year ahead. As seniors, as well as leaders of the school, this will be the year that wraps up our high school career and prepares us to embark on the next chapter of our lives. We will be faced with many decisions, most of which will affect our future. However, with the support of our parents, teachers, family, and friends, I believe that we, the class of 2017, are ready for these challenges. I would like to welcome our parents, families, teachers, and friends who joined us here today. I would also like to welcome those who joined me on the platform this morning. Please stand and remain standing when your name is announced. Congressman Dave Brat, our keynote speaker, representative of the 7th Virginia Congressional District. Mrs. Beverly Koch, Vice Chair of Henrico County Public Schools and School Board member. Dr. Omega Wilson, who is not here with us right now. She is in the back. I apologize. Director of High Schools, Henrico County Public Schools, Dr. Glen Miller, Glen Allen Principal. Mr. Reginald Davenport, Associate Principal, as well as 12th grade Administrator, Ms. Lindsay Panelly, Senior Class Sponsor, Ms. Sarah Vogt, Senior Class Sponsor, Ms. Kelly Riggin, Senior Class President, Mr. Joseph Galen, Senior Class Vice President, Mr. Ian Weimer, Senior Class Secretary, Ms. Shelby Vandergriff, Senior Class Historian, and myself, Henry Quatch, SCA President. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to ask Mrs. Beverly Koch, Vice Chair of Henrico County School Board and representative of the Brooklyn District, to come forward and bring brief greetings from the school board.
It is my honor to bring greetings on behalf of the school board and to congratulate you all on this very special day where it's sort of a ceremonial day to recognize you as seniors. I was trying to think about what I wanted to impart to you today, but frankly, it's on the front of your award-winning yearbook, and that is don't blink. Don't blink, because before you know it, this school year will be over. You need to enjoy the moments, live in the moments. Nothing in your life is ever going to be like this year, so please enjoy it. Study hard, work hard, and remember that you are the role models to all of these other students that are in this school. Thank you, and before you know it, I will be seeing you again, declaring you graduates, and shaking your hand in June. So I look forward to that day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Cock, for your wonderful message. At this time, I would like to turn the program over to Kelly Riggin, our senior class president.
It is my honor and pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Congressman Dave Brat. For years in Virginia, and long before he entered politics, the media, elected officials, and community organizations sought out Dr. Dave Brat for his insight on the economy and budgets. That's because he combined an expertise in economics, the principles of our constitutional founding, and the practice of real-world ethics to show lawmakers and others how government's decisions affect average citizens. Congressman Brat served 2 Virginia governors on their economic advisory boards, providing them with critical economic forecasts to help manage the Commonwealth. He also served as president of the Virginia Association of Economists. It's precisely because he is an economist that Congressman Brat understands that a free and growing economy is necessary for people to have good jobs, raise stable families, and thrive in this country. His message of economic prosperity has spread not only through the 7th District of Virginia, it is spreading throughout the nation. He has a Master's of Divinity degree from Princeton Theological Seminary and a PhD in economics from American University. He worked for the World Bank, assisting developing world economies, and in the private sector for Arthur Andersen, before he became a professor of economics and chairman of the economics department at Randolph-Macon College. He and his wife Laura have 2 children, Jonathan and Sophia, who attend public school in Henrico County. Congressman Brat is the only career economist in Congress and is a member of the House Budget Committee, Education and the Workforce Committee, and Small Business Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, Congressman Dave Brat.
All right, thank you for that introduction, and thank you, Glen Allen, for having me here this morning. I am uniquely qualified to talk to you. You want to know why that is? They left that out of my intro. I tortured students for over 18 years of my life. Taught economics at Randolph-Macon. Y'all heard of Randolph-Macon? All right, lighten up. I hate it when the class gets too quiet. You can all smile. Right, exhale, have fun. It's a big day for you all. Today, we're here for one reason. Tell you not to get senioritis. Right? That's why we're here. Don't blow this year. Don't goof it up. Study. All right? Let me go through a little remarks. I want to have you share a few ideas I have after teaching college for 20 years. But first of all, it's congratulations for you today. Right? You've already made it to your senior year. You're going to be the role models for I shook hands with all these juniors coming in up here and a bunch over here. And they're looking up to you. And that means a lot. And then over here in this section, I want you to all give a round of applause to your parents right now who love you very much. As a father, my son just left me this fall for college. Sad day, right? I got an empty bedroom there. Every time I walk by it, I get a little choked up. He just came back for a 2-day reading break. I had to buy him a new guitar amp. Run all over town buying him protein mix for his muscles and all this kind of thing, whatever you guys do. I didn't get any time just to hang out and watch TV, right? So get home, visit your parents. You're all wondering right now, wait till a few more months, it's gonna be a blur, right? When you leave home, it's a big deal. Think it through, hug your parents while you have the time. You'll miss them, believe it or not. And your parents are gonna wonder what happened to the last 17 and 18 years, right? It just blew by like nothing. And that bond between you and your parents is something special. Regardless of how quickly time has flown by, today is about the opportunities that lie before you. And that's what I want to talk to you about a little bit. Some of you are wondering if you've done enough to get into the school you want. When are SAT scores due? Have y'all sent those things off? Yes? No? Not quite yet? Y'all have an ulcer over that one? Y'all getting nervous? It's all right. You'll do fine. Don't worry about it. Wait till you hear my life story. I've been all over the map, right? I've had more jobs than you can imagine. And it'll all work out fine for you. But start planning. One thing that I have learned as a father is that the recipe for success hasn't changed from generation to generation, right? The one thing that will determine your success is you, right? Your determination, your willpower, and what you put between your 2 ears in these years. Your education really will make all the difference in your life, right? We're not just saying that, right? Because we're old people. Your education will make all the difference in your life. And so I was also a college advisor, right? I had students that come in, I advise them. And I always said a couple things. Number one, always follow your passion, right? I did that. My passion was putting economics and ethics together, right? So I went to seminary and went and did a PhD in economics, put economics and ethics together. I loved it, worked at the World Bank and the Army and a bunch of fun stuff. But when you go to work every day, how many hours you can be at work? 8, 9, 10, 11, right? Right at first. And if you don't like what you're doing, how's that day gonna be for you? Long. So the best advice I got is follow your passions and start doing interns right now, right? Because things always look, right, real fancy, or there's some careers you think just sound awesome. Go do it for 8 or 9 hours a day, right? Make sure you do that, right? If you're interested in medicine or science or sales, if you're interested in sales, get on a phone for 8 hours in a row and see how that goes for you, right? So follow your passion, figure out what you really love. Is it meeting with people? Is it a certain skill you have? Is it reading science or some discipline you're in love with? But figure that out quick, right? Because the next year you're gonna be choosing your college curriculum, and that matters. The other thing I say is create a resume. How many of you have started making a resume yet? Few of you, good. What's on it right now? That's what I thought, right? I advise freshmen that the best thing you can do is fill out your resume and see there's nothing on it, right? That's a valuable lesson. And then you got to fill that in 4 years, and you got to outcompete the rest of the world these days, right? China, India, the rest of the world, they got some smart, good kids that are ready to roll. Are you ready to roll? You know all about business yet? You masters of business? You're ready to go, right? So number one, follow your passion, but number two, minor in accounting. Right? Your parents will like that. I'm gonna get some votes off that one, right? And I don't mean accounting. I mean something where you can get a job, right? So you gotta follow your passion, but you also gotta get some skills. Computers, something quantitative is a good hint, right? Do something quantitative. Computer science, web design, accounting, sciences, something like that, right? People hire you, why? Because you're a nice, pleasant person to talk to? No, because you can do work, right? So they're gonna hire you for work. And so there's my quick little advice on some of that. Also, don't ever let anyone tell you you can't do what you wanna do. I had a crazy life. My last 2 years I don't know if you know what I did, but I wanted to run for Senate in the state for a little bit, and the machine told me, no, you can't do that. Then I wanted to run for delegate in the state, and the machine said, no, you can't do that. And I started getting sick of people telling me no, what I couldn't do. So I said, well, I'm gonna just run against the head of the whole thing then, right? So I ran against the United States Majority Leader in Congress. I had no money, right? He had $5 million. Sound like a fair fight, right? When I started running, anybody read Don Quixote here yet? You know what tilting at windmills means? You'll learn that in college. All right, start reading. Wake up, wake up. Don Quixote, right? Big fight. I just ran. I worked every day. I went and knocked thousands of doors. I had other people knocking thousands of doors. I spread the principles I believed in, and in the end, I won somehow, right? I called it a miracle. I don't know how that happened. But everybody made fun of me, jokes. Are you crazy? What are you thinking? Easy to quit, right? Would have been very easy for me to quit and just say, hey, I love my job. I like being a professor. I loved it, right? So don't ever let anyone tell you you can't do it, right? This country was built on people with a can-do philosophy, and I know you've got it. If you ever have a hard time sleeping at night, I got a book out called American Underdog. You can get that book to help you sleep. I argue in that book 3 things, and I studied Western Civ more than you'd want to know, right? 3 things made this country the greatest nation on the face of the earth. You're living in the best county, arguably, I'm gonna get in trouble with my other 10 counties for saying that, right? You live in the best county, in perhaps the best state, in the best nation on the face of the planet, right? Right? You all may take that for granted. Hopefully your world history and world civilization teachers here have beat into your head that the rest of the world didn't have food for all of human history, right? Everybody made about $500 a year up till 1700. So you live in special times, in a special place, and have been blessed beyond comprehension. That was not an accident, right? Three things: the Judeo-Christian tradition, right, which believes in toleration and love for your neighbor and love of everybody, the rule of law, and then finally the free market system. You all heard of Jefferson and Madison and some of these guys from my district, right? I hope you know who they are. Look them up. And those three things apply to your lives too, right? The Judeo-Christian tradition teaches what that's relevant for you today as students. Love, faith matters, right? If you don't believe in yourself, how do you get that? How do you get faith in yourself? You must believe you're special. Where does that come from? Hopefully from faith and from family. The rule of law, I won't go into great detail on this, but basically the rule of law when you're 17 years old means don't do anything stupid, right? Don't do anything stupid this year, which jeopardizes your college career and all that. And then free markets are free. You're all free to pursue anything you want to pursue. That's a pretty amazing idea. Does the rest of the world have that chance to pursue any career, anything you want to do? No. You're free to do everything you want. But there's one trick with a free market economy. You have to serve other people. If you don't make something that other people want, how's your business going to do? Not so hot, right? So those are the three things that have made our country great. I encourage you all to follow those three. Pay attention to them as you lead out your lives. Plan, do internships. I've had an opportunity, right? I worked in business at the top of a shiny building. Wasn't for me, right? I was always at the coffee station talking to people instead of doing my job, right? I got the chance. I was a tennis pro for a little bit. I taught Senator Kennedy's wife tennis lessons up in DC. Does that sound like a good job? Sounds good. What you don't hear is the other 8 hours of the day I was teaching 6-year-olds who couldn't hold a tennis ball, right? So all these jobs sound glamorous. Go do them and see if you want it, right? And finally, I got this job as my true passion at 52 years of age. It can happen, right? So keep following your passion, get prepared, do all you can. And for all those of you who are not seniors, raise your hand if you're not a senior and you're here with us today, all right? For all you guys, get moving, right? Get moving, follow these guys, take advice from everybody. One thing I'll just share with you before I got to leave, and I got to go off to Fellowship of Christian Athletes to meet with some more young people, right? So I love meeting. It's been a pleasure and an honor for me to be with you. I'm not just saying that. I love being with young people. I used to play in the youth symphony. I was down there talking with all them 30 years ago. Everybody in this room, I got college kids, I got a high school daughter. It's a tough world out there, right? So the one thing I got to share with you on leaving is love everybody all day long, right? When you look back on your life, you'll make some money, you'll drive a sports car, you'll have a house. I'm 52, I'm ready to die in a little bit, right? When you look back on your life, what do you want to say? I just said that to see if you're paying attention. That was the average death age for the Greeks, though, way back when, right? When you look back on your life, what matters? Your faith, your family, and how you treated the person sitting next to you, right? So there's new kids that have moved into this school. They need a hand. There's some disability kids in this school. They need a hand, right? There's people that don't have any friends. They need a friend, right? So I'll just send you out. Love everybody sitting next to you. Love your neighbor. Aim at that as your goal in life. Then follow your passions, and then minor in accounting. And that's my lesson. All right? God bless you all. Thank you for having me. And I got to run. Thank you all. And congratulations.
Congressman Brat, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak to our class. Your words of wisdom will long be remembered by the class of 2017. Here's a small token of our appreciation to you.
All right, thank you very much. And from what I hear, go get Freeman tomorrow, all right? Good luck.
At this time, I would like to invite my fellow officers to join me at the podium to deliver the charge to the senior class.
Who? In 2013, each and every one of us walked into Glen Allen High School not knowing where the next 4 years would take us and who we would become. Yet, as the years progressed, all of us started to define who we were individually. We made some friends and lost some. We explored our interests and discovered what made us happy. We took some classes that maybe we wish we hadn't. We stayed up really late writing that paper that we knew we should have started a lot earlier. Although we do share similar experiences, each member of the class of 2017 is different. We have leaders, artists, intellectuals, athletes, performers, and more. However, what makes a specific group of people so unique is that we come together to support our school and our class. Together, we push through adversity and make the most of everything. Every year, we have been competitive in Battle of the Classes and have represented our grade at various school events, such as Powder Puff, basketball, and football games, the Science Bowl, and the Christmas Mother Drive. We even planned an impressive prom. From games to dances, the class of 2017 is a competitive, fun, and spirited group. Just as our class color has changed from teal to black, our lives will change soon, and we will each explore more about our individual identities. Be kind to each other and embrace each moment. Whether your next step is college, military, or the workforce, we all share this final year as Jaguars. So let's make this a good one, together.
What do we have left as Jaguars? Well, for starters, we have 16 days till homecoming, 163 days until our final Battle of the Classes competition, which we will win, 197 days until our last prom, and 250 days till the big day at the Siegel Center. And you know what? After that, we're all done here. Whether that's the greatest news that you've heard all week or downright terrifying, look around you and know that the person sitting to your left and the person sitting to your right will be there to support you along the way. Together, we will enjoy our final football season, our last play and musical, our final basketball games, and the last of our beloved Glen Allen traditions. Enjoy fighting that dreadful parking lot for one more year. Enjoy the last time you'll dress up in those crazy and wacky costumes for Silent Night. And don't forget to enjoy the final Mr. Glen Allen pageant that we have definitely left our mark on. Make sure that you take it all in, class of 2017, and appreciate what's left. Look back on all the things that we've done over the past 3 years and think about what you can do to make this year the best yet. This is the last year that we all have together to make a difference and to be leaders in our Glen Allen community. So as we embark on our last adventure together as Jaguars, I challenge you to think about this. What will you do to make sure that you make a difference?
When? Events happen today at a rate that was unheard of 50, let alone 200 years ago. We have the ability to receive live updates of events happening across the globe with a simple touch of a touchscreen. Our generation is different. Different in a way that we find our fast-paced world normal and somewhat expected. When most of us were born, Will Smith's song, Get Jiggy With It, was the Billboard #1, and icon Michael Jordan retired for the first time. Our journey started all the same way. Since the day of our birth in 1998 or 99, we have lived through 2 millenniums, 2 centuries, 3 decades. When we all stepped foot in kindergarten in September of 2004, with our lunchboxes and crowns, we couldn't even imagine the journey school would take us on. Suddenly, in 2010, we find ourselves submerged in a strange new building with strange new faces. We receive our own personal computers and almost simultaneously discover Tetris. In middle school, we finally start to realize the people we are. Our time in middle school was spent wishing the time away, hoping that we could just wake up one day and be seniors. Well, after many long years, today is that day. Our roller coaster ride through high school is coming to an end. Although occasionally bumpy, we have made it to the top of the hill and are ready for the fun part. The class of 2017 has built our identity on the bumps and our ability to continue up the hill in spite of these. As we take this plunge down senior year, we have to keep in mind that we don't have much time left. In June of 2017, 250 days from today, our ride will be coming to an end. When assigned the women's section of this assembly, I could not think of any other time than now. Now is the time to take advantage of the great building and faculty we have at our disposal. Now is the time to look back at our 13 incredibly long years in American County Public Schools and evaluate how that shaped us. Time is running out for the class of 2017. Let's ensure that our roller coaster ride arrives to the station as intended.
Why? In 2010, Glen Allen High School was established, but it wasn't until 2013 that a class took it upon themselves to call Glen Allen home. That class was us. From the very beginning, we knew we would leave a legacy as Jaguars. But as we weren't here for the first school plays or first homecoming, but as sophomores, we came in second place in the first ever Battle of the Classes. As juniors, we came in first in the annual Powder Puff game. And now that we're seniors, we have formed a bond as a class and an even stronger one with Glen Allen. This is where we have found ourselves being challenged for the past 4 years, whether it be keeping up with grades, dealing with relationships, or finding the fastest way to get out of the parking lot after school. Together, we have overcome everything thrown at us. We've been through many changes and challenges, but one thing that will always remain the same is our loyalty to Glen Allen and our pride in being Jaguars. At football games, the student section chants, "One team, one heartbeat, one family." There really is no better way to describe the class of 2017. We are what makes Glen Allen. Not our sports teams, not the size of our building, but us, our class, and the culture with which we conduct ourselves. This is why we are ready for the next step in our lives. We have the ability to do anything and to be anything. Today, we are surrounded by our families, friends, and teachers because they've been so influential throughout our high school career. Take it all in. We deserve this. And this last year is going to fly by just like the past 3 did. In just a few short months, we will all go our separate ways and we'll have to part from the people we've grown to love and the place we call home. We're all in this together, Jags. Let's finish high school with the same strength and same spirit we started it. Before I turn the program over to Mr. Davenport, I'd like to take a few minutes to show everyone a video that was played at the Johnson's Renaissance Tour that was held here a few weeks ago. The Johnson's Renaissance Tour is a program that promotes improving school climate and encourages inclusivity. It is a nationally known program that encourages students to look past appearances and to embrace people's differences and avoid stereotyping. Glen Allen was chosen as the host of the Back to School Tour in September, and over 1,500 students from 31 schools around Virginia were in attendance. Glen Allen students who were involved in BAC were asked, if you could honor an unsung hero here at Glen Allen, who would it be? The students were asked to think of the staff member who is Glen Allen. Every student who was asked for an opinion said Mr. Davenport.
I will tell you that I've known Reggie Davenport for many years. I was a teacher when he first first came to Tucker High School. Prior to him being the assistant principal with me at Tucker, he was the AP physics teacher. I've worked with him for many years, 8 years at Tucker, and that was our second year at Glen Allen High School. And he is extremely intelligent, but he's so passionate about everything. Our time and dedicated. Everything he does is for the students and the staff, and he just exudes excellence. You just walk into a room and everything feels better, and that is an amazing quality for this.
She's our group dad. And he's a great guy. Every day he comes out and I just come up here, it's totally right.
Reggie is the type of man who always has a very professional facade, serious, focused, but underneath he's a warm teddy bear. And if he is a crack, he's hilarious.
One of my favorite memories of Mr. Davenport is at one of the silent night games. He had dressed up with a bow tie, blazer, and my last two pads, they were twins, and he gave a picture. It was fabulous. It was great.
I don't have one specific memory, but every now and then I see him in the halls and just like, I love like stuff before he says he's so back. And we just have that connection.
I have to admit, most of the memories that I have of Mr. Davenport are really not in the appropriate realm to share in the public venue, because that's what makes them so funny.
There, when you've got the bonding with him that talented, he really opened my eyes and just made me feel like a great person.
The other day when I was in his office, he was talking about college and how he was helping me get through that and just helping through the process.
I have many great memories of Mr. Davenport, but one that really stands out. We had a senior awards assembly at Cherry Tucker High School, and he had been that class's assistant principal for 4 years. He was the first assistant principal ever that I ever saw that every student stood up with him when he was introduced.
My favorite thing about my job is interacting with students and building a relationship with people to do. My favorite thing about Glen Allen High School is school spirit. The way that we build it from the ground and as we continue to grow and how it's catching on with the new class that comes to Glen Allen High School.
What sets Mr. Davenport apart from others is just how caring he is about everybody. He cares about every student. He cares about every parent. He cares about every custodian, every teacher. And it's authentic. I mean, he truly cares about me and the other assistant principals.
He's always on his job. He's always busy. He's always positive and helping things out.
And Mr. Davenport, I just wanted to let you know how special of a person and administrator you are. Glen Allen is always a place I'll call home, and you've been there and proud to be a Jaguar since day one. Whether it's seeing the crowd cheering us on at the football game or just chatting it up for a few minutes in the hall between class, you were always there for me, and I'll always be thankful for that.
Mr. Davenport was always the person I could rely on and talk to when I was in high school. He was there for so many people. When I graduated in class in 2014, he's an unsung hero because we don't recognize enough how much he really does for us and how he cares about every student that walks through that door.
I can say with unswerving doubt that he has always been a rock for me. I always looked up to Reggie. I can't tell you how excited and happy I was when I found I was coming to Glen Allen that he was also going to be here. I don't often share that with him, but he means a great deal to me.
Mr. Davenport, I just congratulate you, and as a parent, I thank you very much for guiding my daughters at Tucker, working at them there, and I thank you for working with all honor students and teachers here.
Thank you, Mr. Davenport. Thank you, Mr. Davenport. Glen Allen will be the same much.
Thank you, Reggie Davenport. You are Glen Allen High School's Mace Windu. You are a charter master. You would not be here in the strong school that we are without you. Thank you, Mr. Davenport. Mr. Davenport, you really deserve this. It could be given to a better person, more outstanding person and leader and educator. You are one of the founding administrators, and you have helped build this great culture at Glen Allen High School. I just want to thank you for everything and congratulations.
I know I wouldn't be the same person or student that I am today without him pushing me to be my best.
Whenever I think of Glen Allen, I think of people. You're the man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You're the best.
We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say that I am forever grateful and honored to be your unsung hero. Like most unsung heroes, we don't see ourselves as heroes. It's just something that we do. And I am truly blessed that you bestowed this honor on me, and I will continue to do what I do in education. Thank you. All right, I did most of my crying 2 weeks ago, so I think I get it off my system, but it's very heartfelt. All right, before I bestow the rights to my senior class of 2017, I would like to take this opportunity to express how proud I am of each of you. You have officially made it to your senior year. However, you're not done yet. You still have some work to do in order to graduate, and that's the day where you, your parents, and friends, family, teachers will celebrate your accomplishments. This work includes, first and foremost, this is the first and foremost, coming to school and doing well in your classes, and not letting senioritis kick in, not October. You wait until May for it to kick in, all right? Let's wait until May. And I also encourage you to continue your active participation inside the classroom as well as outside the classroom. Learn all you can and be all you can be. And finally, enjoy your time here. Before you know it, it's over. I hope the speeches that you've just heard I hope that the speeches that you just heard challenge and motivate you as you move onward and upward. Family, reflect on your journey and determine the path that you would take. All right, before I start thanking people, I need to go back a page, I believe. I need Ms. Penley and Ms. Vogt to display the flag. All right? Here we go. Always have backup. That's a very important lesson. Always have backup. I want to thank my maintenance crew for being there for us. At this time, I bestow all rights and privileges to the class of 2017, which includes that 1 minute early dismissal at the end of the day. All right. You have your dedicated senior lunch line that only you get to use. So the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors stay away from the senior line. And then on PSAT day, that's October the 19th, October the 19th, you report to school at 10:30 because you don't take PSATs. You take the real thing. And then other privileges will be considered and communicated to you. However, the most important and current privilege is the one that you're going to get today. As long as you turn in those pink slips, you have an early dismissal. The majority of you did. All right, so as soon as we do what we have to do after senior convocation, then you can be dismissed as long as you turned in your early dismissal note. Parents and guests, I thank you for being a part of this special occasion for the class of 2017. I also want to thank Ms. Penley and Ms. Vogt, the class sponsors, along with Mr. Towsley, who helped the officers with the speeches, and the Fine Arts Department. Mr. Hall, thank you. Ms. Garrett, also thank you, and the students. Also, one thing that you're going to learn, you always have to thank people when they do things for you. Also, I want to thank the members of Jaguar Gents, She Is, and the boys volleyball team. They helped distribute the pamphlets to the parents this morning and guided them into the building. And finally, I want to thank my class marshals, my junior class marshals. And as always, with any program, none of this could have been done without the help of my custodial staff and the maintenance staff, as well as the secretaries. And once again, I would like to say to everyone, as well as the teachers, thank you. Before I close, Dr. Miller, do you want to come back up and say anything? You good?
Yep.
You good?
I think we're good.
We're good? All right. All right. Also, we have to improvise because we started late today, so believe it or not, this concludes senior convocation. At this time, I need for the marshals to come forward. Will everyone please stand and remain standing for the recessional?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of the 2016 Senior Convocation here at Glen Allen High School. We appreciate your patience while we were on a delay at the beginning, but once again, this is the conclusion of the 2016 Glen Allen High School Senior Convocation.
Being part of the special occasion, if you may exit.